Good morning. You listen to FloorDaily.net, and I'm Kemp Harr. This morning, my guest is Caroline McNulty, the Director of Interior Architecture and Design with Ware Malcomb in Oak Brook, Illinois. Caroline, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good. So Chicago Design Week is just around the corner. Actually starts for some people tomorrow and runs through Wednesday. I want to talk to you about how you interact with that special event. Before we get to that, though, it looks like you've been at Ware Malcomb for 13 years, right?
Yes, 13 years.
And you went to Miami of Ohio?
I did, yes.
And you were Delta Gamma, right?
Yes. I was in the same sorority as our Shaw rep, Julie Zimmerman.
Okay, so we've been watching the billing index, and, for the last year and a half, it's been below 50, which means that business is not robust. Are you guys keeping busy?
We are. We have not seen a dip since the beginning of this year. It seems to just be picking up in the pipeline, particularly for commercial interiors. And we're really seeing office pick up in general across all our different sectors of landlord work, tenant direct, corporate accounts.
What about back to work? You seen some good activity there?
Yeah, I think the conversation for a while was kind of constant. How do we solve the hybrid solution? But I'm finding that it's less and less of an issue with clients, and it's more how do we create an engaging space that's attractive to the employees to really stay there.
So, the sea of cubicles, they're going away, aren't they?
They're gone away. You need to strategically design your spaces to accommodate all different types of styles of working. Neurodiversity and biophilia continue to be huge concepts in terms of looking at how you design your space and how people come together, but also, not just thinking about the social zones or the collaboration zones, but thinking about the quiet zones very intentionally. So libraries, phone rooms, there's a lot more storytelling that clients are looking for from their architects. It's not so much about my I space, more about the we space, which I know is a concept we're all hearing and have heard for a while.
All right, let's go to the show. You've got two centers now. It's got the Mart, which is, historically where it was, and then it's got over at Fulton Market, which is about a mile away. How do you work the 2 or 3 day event?
I know I was just talking to a colleague about how I kind of missed the days where it was all under one roof. Yeah. This is also a very exciting time, too, to kind of see the Fulton Market neighborhood just to continue to grow and be more colorful than the last day. And the vibe of Fulton Market is just so fun, too. The restaurants, the energy, the people, I totally get it. My heart still lies in the Mart, too. I love the history of that building and all the different showrooms, the special stories. I typically split up my days Monday at the Mart and Tuesday in Fulton, and I think that's how I'm going to approach it this year. And now that they're starting on Sunday, I'm even dabbling in a little bit of showroom tours and connections on Sundays and get together with people that really matter so that I can enjoy kind of soaking in everything from the showrooms.
Yeah, I miss the old NeoCon, but it's gone. It's not coming back. But if you're looking for flooring, which is what most of my audience is tuned into, most of the flooring companies have moved over to Fulton Markets. I mean, there's just really 4 or 5 brands left in the Mart. So, I mean, it's the big ones. You kind of need to go both places, don't you?
You do. You got to see it all. There's important brands that are setting the tone for the insights and, thoughts for the year. I like to go and really get the big picture of everything. Of course, there's always your current projects on the mind for, general solutions, but I really treat NeoCon and Design Days as almost like an inspirational reset from the year, just to get that big picture, understand where we're going, kind of getting a overall style understanding of what the world is doing, which is fabulous.
That was one of my questions. When you work Chicago Design Week, are you trying to solve an issue or a solution with a current project, or are you just trying to stay up to date on what's going on?
At this time where I'm leading a team in general, I'm definitely just trying to stay more up to date and understand what's going on to be able to help and guide my teammates and my clients on what the overall themes are from the perspective of these major manufacturers that are getting a pulse and doing research, every day. The value of that research is amazing, and it's something as designers we all need to perk up and listen to.
You can go to these brands and see what they're offering from a product perspective, but there's also some programming. There's some conversations that are going on. Are you looking at a schedule or a website and trying to figure out how you can blend doing both?
Sometimes I think all of the events and the scheduling and the options for NeoCons and design days, I will be honest, can be very overwhelming. So I typically have taken the standpoint of just letting the days roll, which may not be the answer that you're looking for, but I find that the day unfolds really beautifully when I just start and dive in and meet someone. I find that the conversations are happening naturally throughout the show without having to sit down in a formal presentation. While I know that there's so many that are so valuable and educational, I think maybe just because I'm a local Chicago resident, that's how I approach it. I understand if you're, traveling from somewhere else, you might think of it differently.
Do you have any favorite brands that you're going to make sure you don't miss?
All of the major furniture lines, Miller Knoll, All Steel, Technion, Steelcase, Hayworth. I'm excited to see Shaw's showroom on Sunday. Other brands from the flooring space that I am definitely looking to see are Tarkett, Mohawk, and Bentley as well.
Have you accepted any invitations to any social activities that happen after the show?
Right now, I've got a 1-year-old baby girl, and I'm in a new chapter of life where I just can't stay out too late.
Yeah.
But I know my team is very excited, and they're chatting about all different things. I hear Diplo's coming to a party. There's so many great things happening outside the mart, rooftop parties. So we've collaborated within our office on a list. And because we're a national firm and we have teammates coming from across the country, we kind of stay organized on a master list together of all the events in order to kind of pick and choose as a group what we should all meet up to.
All right, Caroline, I appreciate you giving us a rundown on what you're planning to do next week for the Chicago Design Week. Again, been talking to Caroline McNulty with Ware Malcomb, and you've been listening to Kemp Harr and FloorDaily.net.